used. START, S-T-A-R-T. So S is sunlight. I've been a real proponent of getting people outside into the sun, and we can talk a lot about that. There's a lot of interesting research, not only in terms of sunlight, in terms of influenza, but also COVID, and just about any natural disease. A lot of interesting information there. T stands for the old term called temperance, which you may recall is a term that we use to prevent us from taking in toxins into our body. That's a whole nother discussion. So staying away from things that would make you sick. A is air. And when I talk about air, it's not just what we focus on, which is keeping bad things out of the air, so having fresh air. But there's a whole discussion to be had in terms of air that has good qualities in it. So there's a whole area of research that looks at, for instance, phytoncides, which are chemicals that come off of trees. You may have heard of forest bathing. They've done a lot of research in Japan on this. And getting out into nature, there are actual chemicals that are in the air that you can breathe that actually have an impact on your innate immune system. Finally, R, we'll get into R and T at the end. R is rest. Now, this goes without saying, but people who have good sleep habits are going to have much better immune systems. Whether you're talking about the antibody response after a vaccine versus just the number of times per year you're sick, there's very good data, very good research that shows that getting 7-8 hours of sleep a night is going to be very beneficial for your immune system. It has to do with cortisol and beta receptors and all sorts of things. And the last T, which is trust. And for some, it is trust in a higher power, trust in God. These are the sorts of things that can help us relieve stress. If someone else is helping you, if someone else is there. T would also include community, people that are around you. These are some of the less tangible ways of measuring it. But when someone asks me a question, what can I do to avoid getting sick? And as you just asked me in terms of influenza, there's a lot of specific things we can talk about, but that's where I start out with the pillars of health. If you were to think